The cold wind whipped through the streets of New York City as Emma clutched her little boy's hand. It was evening, and the bakery lights glowed warmly in the distance. Her son, Noah, was only 6, but his eyes carried the weight of hunger she couldn't hide anymore. Emma had just counted the last coins in her pocket, enough for a single loaf of bread. Rent was overdue, electricity had been cut the day before, and she had already skipped 2 meals so Noah could eat. Her pride told her to keep going. Her heart told her to survive. Inside the bakery, the air smelled of fresh dough and cinnamon rolls. People chatted casually, holding bags of pastries like it was just another ordinary day. But for Emma, this was everything. She placed the coins on the counter. "1 loaf, please," she said softly, praying the price hadn't gone up. As the cashier handed her the bread, a man in a sharp gray suit stepped behind her. He had the kind of presence that made people glance twice. Not because he was rich, though he clearly was, but because he carried himself like someone used to being listened to. The man noticed the coins on the counter, the worn-out coat Emma wore, the way her son stared hungrily at the shelves of pastries. And then it happened. "Get more," he said, his voice calm but firm. "I'll pay for everything." Emma froze. Her first instinct was to refuse. Pride had been her shield for years. But before she could speak, the man nodded to the cashier. "Pack everything she wants. Bread. Milk. Eggs. Whatever she needs. Put it on my tab." The store fell silent. People looked up from their phones, curious. Emma turned to him, eyes wide. "Sir, I can't accept this. I don't even know you." The man smiled faintly. "You don't have to know me. Just let me help." Noah's small voice broke the tension. "Mom, can we get the apple pie too?" Emma's heart cracked open. For once, she didn't say no. The man pulled out his credit card. "Add 2. As they left the bakery, Emma finally asked, "Why would you do this? For a stranger?" The man hesitated, then said quietly, "My mom was just like you. She raised me alone. There were days we didn't eat. A stranger once helped us. He changed our lives. I promised myself, if I ever made it, I'd do the same for someone else." Emma stopped walking. The weight of his words sank deep into her chest. This wasn't just charity. This was a circle of kindness being completed. Weeks later, Emma got a job at a local community center. The same man had secretly recommended her name to the director. She never saw him again, but his kindness lingered like sunlight after rain. One act. One moment. It had given her not just food for the night, but hope for the future. Kindness costs little but changes everything. Sometimes the smallest gesture can echo for years, touching lives in ways we can't imagine. Emma's life slowly began to shift like the seasons changing from winter to spring. She kept the job at the community center, working with children and families who needed help the most. It was tough at first, but she found strength she didn't know she had. One evening, as she was closing up the center, Noah came running to her. "Mom! Mom! Guess what? I got the top score in my class today." His small face beamed with pride. Emma hugged him tight. A simple moment, but one she had prayed for during all those sleepless nights. The man in the gray suit, the stranger who paid for everything, remained a mystery. Emma never even got his name. But his act of kindness had planted something in her, a belief that even in the darkest times, there are people who still care. A year later, the center hosted a fundraising event for underprivileged families. Emma, now the event coordinator, stood on stage to thank the sponsors. And then she saw him. The CEO. The man in the gray suit. He was sitting in the front row, clapping politely, his face calm and unreadable. After the event, Emma approached him. "You probably don't remember me," she said nervously. The bakery, the bread. He smiled. I remember. How have you been? Emma told him everything, about the job, about Noah, about how his kindness had changed the course of their lives. The man listened quietly, then said something that made Emma's eyes fill with tears. Kindness doesn't end with the person who receives it, he said softly. It keeps moving, like a ripple in the water. One day, you'll pass it on to someone else. That night, Emma wrote in her journal. He was right. I used to think kindness was about charity. But it's more than that. It's a legacy. A chain reaction. And now, it's my turn to keep it going. Years later, when Emma had finally built a stable life, she saw a young mother at the grocery store counting coins just like she once had. The baby on her hip, the look of worry in her eyes. It was a scene Emma knew all too well. She walked up, tapped the woman gently on the shoulder, and said with the same calm confidence she had once heard. Get more. I'll pay for everything. And just like that, the ripple continued.